name's Alan. On behalf of the crew, I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Bridging Heaven and Earth. You know, there's just a time coming now where for all of us, there's really an opportunity. And for all of us, that opportunity is to really experience a new way to be, in a way, a new way to experience this human life, a way where we come into each day with the strength of knowledge and the clarity of being, to know that we are connected to love, that we are entitled to be joyous, we are entitled to feel connected, we are entitled to know love, and we are entitled to know happiness. And that time is now. And we've talked about this so many times in so many ways on Bridging. And we've talked about it from so many different spokes on the wheel. And tonight we'll talk about it from another spoke on the wheel. But ultimately it's that center point, the center point of recognition, the center point of consciousness, the center point of realization of who and what we really are. That we are love, that we are truth, that we are connected, that there is one energy in this extraordinary galaxy, there just is one energy. And however we look separate, that is what we truly are. And for one more cycle of the separation to hold, for one more cycle for the fear to be part of our daily lives is just too much. That the opportunity now is for us to cut through the fear, cut through the separation into the heart of love. And we know that it's not appropriate that one more generation of children are taught the differences, the seeming differences, are not taught that they're the heart of love, that they are love in motion, and that they are connected to each other. And that one more generation of children cannot be taught hate and fear and separation and ethnic cleansing and starvation and drought. How can we do that one more time? And we know it's just, it's old, it's silly, it's horrific in a sense that we teach children to hate, that we have schools that teach the differences so strongly, and that they make enemies from such a young age. Because that is the illusion, that is the lie of this human experience. Because we are all the same love. And tonight's guest is just dedicated to that part of that new paradigm, to awaken the children, to allow the children not to fall into the traps. Children come in, they don't know the differences. They don't know who they're supposed to hate. They don't know who their parents were at war with. They just know love and joy. And how do we as a species take these children and teach them to be suicide bombers, teach them to hate, teach them all the ways of the separation? But tonight's guest, Judy Julin, is dedicated to not having that happen one more time. She's the founder of CosmiKids, which is, its purpose is to educate, to bring positive minds, strong bodies, and warm, loving hearts to every child. Everyone is welcome. No separation, just love. Just let's teach love, let's teach creativity, let's teach joy, let's teach consciousness. Let's get to the heart of who we are. She's the co-creator of Quantum YOUniversity, and her whole life is dedicated to children's children's wellness. And she wants to bring creativity and spirit into children's learning process. And we know that we can't do it one more generation, that what Judy is doing is so necessary and so part of a new paradigm, and so part of bringing us into a place of love. I mean, I use that word a lot in this opening because really, I mean, that's the essence of it, love and joy and creativity. And we know that we can have it, and we know that we're meant to have it, and we know it's time that we did have it. And as we normally do, we have two extraordinary videos. One, which you'll see after the meditation to start the show, is CosmiKids, that explains and shows beautiful video that Judy has put together about the Cosmic Kid process and the whole experience of that. And then a video we just received recently, just this last week, that's just so extraordinary that we said we'll show it this week, and has kids in it, and it's called I Choose Love by Shawn Gallaway. And also, as most of you know, we're in the middle of this extraordinary international art project where we got this vision that we would contact all these people and put it out in the newsletter and put it on the Bridging website, and then have it connected to all the other websites, that we would invite and give people the opportunity to produce a new original piece based on the theme Bridging Heaven and Earth. And then we would show it on the shows. We'll show 2 of those pieces tonight. We'll show a couple on every show. Every season we have a show where we just feature art pieces. We show 15 art pieces, and we don't have a regular guest during that show. We have exhibits. We just finished one at a beautiful gallery in Santa Barbara. You know, we're open to having gallery opens everywhere. We'd love to have it as a traveling exhibit in schools and hospitals. The art that's come in, the 100 or so pieces that have come in from all over the world, are just extraordinary. So the 2 pieces we have tonight that are just different and just powerful pieces are Marie Don's and a 6-year-old Margot Christie piece. So join me in a short meditation, then we'll have the CosmiKids video, and then we'll have Judy. And really, let's just get into it. Let's do it. Let's be here. Let's have the opportunity. Let's experience the love. We know it, we can do it, and it's time. So join me in a short meditation. Okay, so the first video, as I said, is CosmiKids by Judy Julin. It's beautiful. Settle in. When the video is done, you'll be here with Judy and I, and it's going to be beautiful. So enjoy.
Welcome to CosmiKids, where we offer child enrichment and self-discovery through play. It's the very first play space for children and parents to enrich their mind, body, and souls. Our distinctive environment, caring trained facilitators, and enlightening activities promote a child's discovery of themselves from the inside out. Our space is comprised of a constantly rotating and evolving assortment of stations of discovery. Children play games, explore their dreams, their imagination, and have fun. Welcome to our world. Once inside, you'll receive your specially designed Cosmic Play Vest, make a name tag, and visit our enlightened water station to decorate your bottle with positive thoughts and designs. Circle Time's next, where we say hello, introduce everyone, preview the space, and then set you free to play. Costume Improv and Showtime, where children use their imagination to dress up and transform themselves through costumes and makeup, which they often wear throughout their whole CosmiKids experience. Whether it's with fairy wings or wizard hats, they don a new look and joyfully express themselves. Ah, yes, beads of empowerment. Children choose from colorful beads to create their own personal bracelet or necklace or craft of support. They infuse their beads with superpowers such as luck, love, courage, or thoughtfulness, and carry them with them wherever they go. They realize their thoughts are powerful and can help them every single day. The Bridge of Imagination. This station is all about wishes, hopes, and dreams. Children verbalize their wishes, write them on colorful magnetic shapes, choose a magic pole, and cast their star cards into the wishing pond. Once caught, they move to the wishing mat, kiss their wish goodbye as they blow bubbles into the air, and then take their wish home or share it with a friend and imagine it coming true. This station provides a wonderful opportunity for discussion about the true meaning behind the things we want the most. And here's Creative Expression Station, a vibrant place where children create their own unique artistic treasures. Whether it's a happiness flag, friendship rocks, or empowerment cape, children are encouraged to creatively express their highest selves. The message is simple: treasure what you are and share it with others. And here's the Vibration Station where children can tickle their senses. They'll enter colored pyramids filled with lights, musical instruments, and explore different sensations of touch, sight, sound, and smell. This station encourages children and their parents to notice how they react to different energies and how that energy can change from place to place. They'll explore more fully their intuitive and inner senses. And look, here's Minds on Mother Earth. Write a love letter to Mother Earth, decorate your favorite animal mask, discover the magic of crystals, and create your world out of crafts and treasures. Using natural elements, children are free to create artwork that expresses who they are. They also realize how human beings, trees, birds, flowers, are all biological organisms that share a very special connection with Mother Earth. Aha, roads to riches. Decorate your very own treasure box with feathers and stones. Make new money or create a map of your future. Children realize that true abundance and an empowering sense of self-sufficiency is born out of heartfelt sharing and service to others. They discover that anything can be a treasure, and therefore abundance is all around them. And here's Course I Can, a judgment-free, one-of-a-kind, relaxing environment complete with fuzzy pillows and comfy backrests, where children examine their negative and positive emotions, their thoughts and intuitions, and even learn what to do with them. We encourage children to tune into their inner voice in order to find balance when life becomes challenging. We all have emotions. It's not that we have them, it's what we choose to do with them. Emotional intelligence, self-assuredness, and inner strength are outcomes of this incredible station experience. After 90 minutes of empowering play for children and parents, we gather back to Circle Time, where we talk about feelings, fun, group support, and grand adventures. So until next time, remember to smile, have fun, and play.
Sing with me, y'all. One world. We only got one world.
I can't wait to see what this generation does as adults. It gives me hope for the future.
We learned today, play together.
What did you learn?
I learned the emotions and all sorts of stuff.
And our children are sponges. They listen, they feel. I mean, they feel more than they hear the words, as they feel them.
CosmiKids is the awesomest place to ever visit.
I really had everything was great. Teach the children visualization, positive thinking, self-esteem. Even if you don't believe it yourself, Mr. and Mrs. whoever you are, do it for your kids.
I think it's very cool. I'm definitely going to come back. And I have some friends that I would like to bring as well.
I think kids have a place so they could let their imaginations set free. No, flow with the wind.
Stimulate creativity, stimulate inquiry. I think it's phenomenal.
They just go to the stations and explore things and do things. They don't need to be told what to do.
It was great. He really enjoyed it. He actually played with a lot of the musical instruments. He loved the pyramids. It was fantastic. Loved it. We love it.
I want them to find it young. Imagine finding your life mission in 1st and 2nd grade.
Is it going to be open tomorrow?
Hi everybody, welcome back. So that was a beautiful video. So the picture you're seeing in between Judy and I is an incredible piece by Marie Dunn's Child of Light. I mean, hopefully the camera people are just walking you through it and seeing the faces, the face in there, and the, you know, we just can't have a child hungry, we can't have a child without water, we can't have a child sick, you know, because the medicine can't be brought to them. I mean, that's just over. So now we're on the set with Judy. Welcome, Judy.
Hi.
So how did you get this passion, this fire to not let another generation of children be taught craziness, if possible?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I'm thrilled to be here with you today. And thank you for the great work that you're doing in the world. It's wonderful to see and be a part of. This passion, this essence that fuels me has been with me for about the last, probably since my childhood, because truly what we are fed as children, both through voice and food, informs us as adults. And so even back then, as a sensitive, wonder-filled child, I knew how important it was to have an environment where I felt nurtured and embraced. So becoming an adult.
Did you? I mean, was your childhood a happy one in that way? It was.
Yes, it was.
Because we've had, you know, different stories where the childhoods were horrible and they came out of that and said, I'm not going to let that, you know. But yours was beautiful.
Yeah, and you know what's
That's
interesting,
great.
Alan? I think even back then, as a young child, I really was an optimist, and that I looked at the glass half full as opposed to half empty, and just simply because of my DNA and my makeup. So that has carried forth into my adulthood, and back in the early 80s, I started health clubs for kids, actually the very first of their kind.
Wow.
And fitness, nutrition, manners, and self-esteem. I had 2 locations in the early 80s, and people said, well, what do you mean nutrition and self-esteem? How will that help kids? So way back then, and I'm sure you can appreciate early on, to have these principles of empowerment and wellness, they were not quite as widely accepted as they are today.
And even today, I mean, the school systems are not set up really to bring out creativity and to bring out consciousness of the oneness and what we really are. And
that's so true. And you know what I really love to do? I love to uphold the idea of not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Because God bless our school system. They got us right where we are today, and that's going to give us a beautiful springboard to offer these evolutionary and revolutionary programs.
Are you dealing with schools now on any kind of, you know, you're in LA now, but any kind of a basis where, you know, those ideas are starting to be accepted?
Yes, yes. In fact, we're getting calls every day from charter schools, from daycare centers, after-school programs, summer camps. These are ways, Alan, that we can interweave into the usual programming and usual fare for children. And this is beyond academics, what we're offering. It's about the inner life of the child that we're really proposing to embrace. And interestingly enough, we really look at the child as the teacher. So our programs at CosmiKids are completely child-led, and we want to find out what they can teach us. So when parents or our facilitators, we call vibes because they're vibrating at this beautiful elevated resonation, we offer them an opportunity to rethink how they look at children and how they communicate to children, because ultimately, CosmiKids isn't for children. We're just giving them a loving, beautiful playground to celebrate their spirit. And we're offering this experience for parents and teachers, really. That's the secret of CosmiKids. It's for the elders to learn about new ways of being, because the children are perfect just the way they are. And ultimately, we are too. But as adults, sometimes we've forgotten.
Well, so this idea of making CosmiKids as a facility where these techniques, where these ideas, where this vibration, in a sense, could be in a manifested state, available for people to come into a building and have that available. So why don't you talk a little about how that came to be and how you set up your first center and how that went?
So I drove across America in 2002 at the very end of the year and threw everything in my SUV, left Pittsburgh, all my friends and family members, and knew that there was a movement going on that I really wanted to be a part of. In fact, it was the very blood that coursed through my veins.
But you had no idea what it was.
I had no idea what it was.
But it was heading west.
I knew it was
young
west.
lady.
I knew it was west.
Right, okay.
Isn't that funny?
Wow.
And I think the West Coast is really a wellspring for new ideas and innovation, and I thought it must be happening out there. So I made a right turn and headed west out of Pittsburgh and landed at the Chopra Center for Wellbeing in Carlsbad, because I had just attended Deepak's course called Seduction of Spirit. And certainly I was seduced in every manner of being, because I felt that there was a place that I could offer some aspect of what was really being birthed inside of me as to new ways of being with children. So I surrounded myself with the leading and the greatest new thought people in child development, the leading futurists in all kinds of personal empowerment. And out of that came up with activities and programs, even grassroots activities that were being done for children. And I put them all together and offered them at the same time that Deepak Chopra and Dr. David Simon were offering these programs for adults, so they could bring their children to, in effect, be enjoying the very same life-affirming activities that their parents were doing. And then in the evenings, they could share, and on the weekends, and the parents loved it, and actually we got a really nice response early on.
Wow. So that was how the idea of CosmiKids started, and that was like the first physical location where CosmiKids was. But then you had one in LA. You opened up your separate facility.
Yes.
And so how did that come to be?
Well, after we were lucky enough to launch at the Chopra Center, and of course we were on Deepak's website, and they had international exposure, so we were getting calls from Bulgaria and Africa and Australia saying, we want these things for our children because people are hungry for something beyond academics for their kids. So what we did then was put everything that we had at the Chopra Center, which was at La Costa Resort and Spa, in a big brown van and traveled actually almost across the country. We went to North Carolina and New York. We had a CosmiKids session at Bard College. And then we started to travel up the coast of California. And we began offering mobile activities, summer camps. We'd be in private homes, birthday parties with non-competitive games and healthy snacks. And so this new wellspring of innovations for children was pretty much mobile. And then we decided, well, we should probably find a home. And I thought, what better place for visibility and media attention than the home of where dreams come true, but Hollywood.
Wow.
And as a matter of fact, stars and celebrities, people say, well, how does that really mix with spirituality and children? But ultimately, the American idols of today and all of those names that you see on the Walk of Fame on Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset, where I live, all of those people went after their dreams and followed their heart's desires. So that was really the perfect place for CosmiKids to launch, because we piggybacked on all those millions of eyes and viewership that watches American Idol and the Academy Awards, and that's right where CosmiKids launched. What better place for a PlayStation for kids that's all about them going after their dreams?
Wow, that's beautiful. So if you had to describe like what the heart of CosmiKids, you know, you did a little, but if you had to tell somebody how it's going to affect them, how you'd like, what the energy about that is going to be and what it's going to do, how would you describe that?
And the optimal word that you said, Alan, is the energy behind it. So when Walt Disney started his wonderful empire, it really wasn't about a mouse. It was about Walt's intention behind that mouse. So CosmiKids is really based on intention-setting principles of impacting the way we educate our youth in a powerful and positive way. It's compassion-centered, it's values and integrity-driven. And by the way, we're just giving the children a safe and sacred space to be completely who they are in a loving, supportive environment. And what makes it ultimately authentic and what will have it be sustainable is that my business model, my corporate foundation, is based on those very same principles. so that we're authentic through and through. So how could we be proposing these principles for children of clear communication, living from your heart, intuition training, if we didn't practice them in business? So it's about a new educational paradigm, and it's about a new business paradigm.
Yeah, we could sure use both of those, I would say.
Isn't it great?
That's fantastic.
It's what we all stand for.
Right.
And
what
I'm
we
so
all
thrilled.
want to stand for,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, but we do at our very core. We do.
Absolutely.
We don't even have to want. It's our true essence of who we are. So I'm just proposing, and I'm so grateful and blessed to be the steward of this idea that can now say, yes, let's let our lights shine. We no longer have to put a damper on who we truly are. And when we do that, we give permission to the children, because that's their true essence as well.
Right. I mean, if we clear the space, I mean, like I said at the open, they don't know who, you know, not like, who's separate. I mean, they just know love and playing and joy, and to keep that, you know, not to, yeah, that's beautiful.
And it's play-based. So CosmiKids is really self-empowerment through play. The children don't even know what's happening to them. All they're doing is feeling safe and acknowledged and
But there are, you know, as they saw in the video, and you know, I saw earlier that there are PlayStations where they're like focuses or intense or something like that, where kids are being brought into an area that energetically is made for certain types of activity. Is that right? Why don't you take someone through the day? You know, you walk into CosmiKids, and how would somebody spend their time there?
It's a great question. And you know, you hit on something that's very foundational to CosmiKids, and that is, even though it's a whimsical, fantasy-filled wonderland, kind of a Cirque du Soleil meets Mr. Rogers meets Harry Potter, it's kind of like the feel of CosmiKids. There's it's kind of like the chaos theory, Alan, where there is a seeming interplay of just fluid activity. Underneath, though, there's a very strategic plan.
No, it looked like it to me. I mean, it did. When I watched it, it was like, these people thought a lot about how they're setting this thing up. I mean, it wasn't random the way it looked like to me.
And we wanted to seem random, because we want people, if a child wants, we have 9 different interactive stations of discovery. And if a child wants to stay at our Bridge of Imagination and fish for wishes all day long during the 90-minute period that they're with us, they can do that. If they want to go to our costume improv and showtime that's based on the seminal work of acting coach Roy London, where kids can don certain masks and costumes and learn about the interplay of emotions and color, they can do that. So, as I mentioned before, it's completely child-directed, yet underlying each of our 9 stations is a lot of research based on, for example, Dr. Masaru Emoto's work with water and water crystals. We have water thoughts, where children decorate bottles and put affirmations on them, and we have books about the crystals and the power behind our thoughts. So they learn about their thoughts with their friends and playmates and their parents, and how powerful they are. And of course, our Roads to Riches station is based on the work of Lynn Twist and the Soul of Money. So children learn that abundance is all around us, and yet they feel sufficient within themselves. We have a little mirror that they look into with a poem, kind of like Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, Who's the Fairest of Us All? And at the end of the poem, the children realizes that all the treasures are within them. And then our Bridge of Imagination station is based on the good work of Dr. Deepak Chopra and Wayne Dyer and Tony Robbins, and Course I Can, which is all about emotional fluency, is based on the work of Carolyn Kaufman, who's a leading child development specialist. And one of the great things about Course I Can is that the children learn to embrace all of their emotions, both the seemingly negative and the positive, because they're all part of this wonderful mix of who we are as spiritual beings. Yeah, having a human experience.
Right.
So, and every aspect of CosmiKids, the smells, the sights, the sounds, the textures, everything from when you enter CosmiKids until you're leaving is very well articulated to be a physical representation of our intentions for kind-heartedness, compassion-based living in a creative setting.
Wow. Really wish I had a kid I could take.
Well, we love it. We love it when adults come,
right,
because it's for 0 years old through senior citizens. We have what's called the Elder-Youth Wisdom Exchange, where we bring elders and children together, and they learn about the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein and do yoga, and then share wisdom after.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, why are the sessions 90 minutes? Is that what you've determined is the most optimum, or the most, someone can keep their focus? Or, I mean, would you want to make it that you could have like 2 sessions, morning and afternoon, in the more traditional sense of school and things like that?
So CosmiKids is for 0 years through seniors.
Right.
And what we have is a interplay of many different time frames. We have 45-minute sessions for the newborns and their moms, maybe baby yoga or signing or classes on parenting, New Thought parenting. We have hour-long sessions for children that are of preschool age. And then we have 90-minute sessions for the older kids after school. We have teens and tweens that can come and talk with others about their dreams and getting on the computer and talk to children in Japan about how they're feeling about being special. What is it about indigos? They can learn about writing and creative development. And in the evenings, we have sessions, the leading thinkers in child development and parenting, all new ways of being with children. We'll have special speakers come in, we'll have workshops, we'll have certifications. So ultimately, what CosmiKids is an empowerment salon for the modern community. So it's CosmiKids, yet it's for the child in all of us, all ages. So think of a Starbucks, where you go not just for a cup of coffee, but you go for that lifestyle experience. Well, imagine a place where you can go not just for child-rearing activities or playtime, but it's a community space where people can be together and enrich themselves with ways of being in the flow of life.
Wow, that's beautiful. All right, so maybe we'll take a break now and show the second video. It's a beautiful video. I Choose Love by Shawn Gallaway. It's really, just settle in again. I Choose Love. Enjoy.
Strength that we can rise.
us healing, darkness die. I see us dawning as one world united. So what do you choose? Of all fear, we choose. I choose to love with freedom flies from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying. I choose to feel one voice rising. I choose to feel us all united in the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. 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 Woo! I choose love. I choose
Hi everybody, well welcome back. Wasn't that a beautiful video? I Choose Love. Good idea, what you think? And the picture you're seeing behind me is this beautiful piece for the art project done by 6-year-old Margot Christie. We've gotten pictures from 3-year-olds to like 90-year-olds. They're coming in from all over the world. Anybody who wants to be part of it, we'd love to have you collaborate with us. Just contact us at any time. So we're back with Judy. So you have a book and a movie coming out about, why don't you talk a little bit? That's so exciting.
Very exciting. And talk about the power of intention. I had no idea when I started writing the book a year and a half ago that it would be coming out and have a publisher at the same time that a feature film's coming out that features CosmiKids alongside Olivia Newton-John and Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics, and of course Deepak Chopra.
Wow.
What's funny is, Alan, when I came to California in 2002, those very principles in Deepak's best-selling book, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, were the ones that I used as the underpinnings for my intention setting and goal setting and what I wanted to do with my world service. So now, come 3 years later, or almost 4 years later, that I'm in the movie about that very book is mind-boggling.
That's amazing.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
So
very fast Earth time.
Isn't it incredible?
It's amazing. But you know, we were talking earlier that nothing's reasonable. You know what I mean? So, and now as things speed up, I mean, you never can tell what the next moment can bring.
And that's why when you said how thrilled you are to be alive now, it's a great time to be alive. It's a blessed time to be alive. And so to put those principles in motion about the power of the heart and intention and gratitude, all those things that we hear about from the movie The Secret and the book, these principles are true, and I'm living them. I'm kind of like...
They started back with a few
yeah.
teachers, Jesus and Krishna and Buddha and Ram. And, so,
and isn't it nice that
yeah.
someone's brought them to the fore?
Yeah,
because sometimes it takes a certain way that the book might present it or a movie might present it. Of course, we know these things, but the mass public, for their ears and interest to be piqued to these ideas, just brings that, as you mentioned, that 100th monkey. And the tipping point, I truly believe we're in the midst of it. So to bring this now to the fore with the book that's now coming out, we're right in the midst of negotiation with the publisher on the East Coast for the book, which
What's
hasn't
the
been
name?
named. It doesn't have a name yet.
Because I was going to say, I mean, you know, it takes a couple of months for us to get the shows out to all the cities and up on the internet and all that. So if we knew the name, people would, you know, be able to do that. Well, just look for Judy's new book.
The working title is Living and Loving the Laws of Success. That's my workshop that's going to be spearheaded by the Learning Annex beginning June 28th. So living and loving the laws of success. And the laws of success certainly are the ones that Deepak talks about in his movie, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
Which features CosmiKids.
Which features CosmiKids.
Wow.
It's just such a thrill for me we're having a screening of the movie for a couple thousand people in LA at a theater. I think it's called the Orpheus or the Orpheum. On the 19th of May.
Wow.
And so Deepak will be there. He'll be giving a special meditation for people that want to come.
Wow.
And then he'll be on stage and we'll watch the movie. And then I'm going to be coming on the stage and talking about the workshop.
Wow.
Which is a wonderful platform for CosmiKids and for the book. And we're coming out with empowerment toys for children, the first of which is called the Thrival Kit. And the Thrival Kit is for 6 years old and up, and it includes intuition cards, it includes magical day cards, it includes a comfort pod. So children will now, instead of taking time out when they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they can take time in to connect with themselves and their higher self. And they'll have an aromatherapy spray for comfort or inspiration, and they'll be able to ask questions about things that are going on in their life, whether it's what to do at school or bullies or things with their friends or perhaps just something that's going on within them. They can learn about.
How can they ask that question? I mean, is it going to be interactive over the internet? How do you have? What is your expansive, you know, intention there?
That's a lovely question. Expansive intention. One person would just
when
ask.
I said, boy, I like the way those.
I like that. I mean, people would normally ask, "What's your intention?" But expansive intention. That's great. The expansive intention would include interactive activities on the internet. However, our first level of intention is
without the expansive part.
But it's lovely.
No, it's there.
It's
hovering. I
yeah,
understand.
it's hovering.
Right.
Is that the children will interact with these intuition cards, which are similar to all the cards that are out there now, the angel cards and the dolphin cards.
And if you had like an artist, a really beautiful artist, do the backs of them, who are they? Because we've had a lot of, artists.
Yes, I see you've got beautiful art. We've been working with Abe Gervin since early 2003.
Beautiful, huh?
He's in Laguna Beach, and he is probably he's so youthful looking, but I would imagine because he used to work with the album covers of Peter Max and the Beatles. I mean, he's from the psychedelic era, so he does all of our graphic illustration, and then we're working with an award-winning Colombian-born exhibit designer out of New York who's designed all of our beautiful stations of discovery.
Wow.
And then we have a Japanese-born curriculum developer that's done some artwork for us, and she's involved with the peace movement out of Japan. So we have a peace pole, if you're familiar with them, outside of each CosmiKids location that we'll have. And actually what we'll be doing is rotating the peace pole from all the franchises, and they'll have it for a particular number of weeks. So that you've got that interwoven thread of connectivity.
And in terms of expansive intent, because we both like that.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, there'd be no reason this couldn't be in all the countries. I mean, right? And translate. I mean, joy and love and fun translate universally.
Pretty easily.
Yeah. Right.
So won't that be lovely? And that's what's really great about our teen and tween program that's called Kapowered Cafe.
I'll tell you, whoever came up with these names is so
You can
cute.
tell that we love to do that, don't you?
I would say you're an alliteration girl.
Yeah. But we've got this great group of people, and you've got such
and they're alliterating.
Yes. The people that you've brought together under this beautiful umbrella of what you do, it just seems that ideas that are about empowerment and upholding the civility of humanity just attracts these people. So we've got great people, creative people around us, as do you. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. And what we were talking about earlier, the interesting part is that, before it was like separate points of light. So you'd have CosmiKids here and Bridging here and all these, and Deepak there. And now when we all can, serve each other and serve, you have these separate points of light. And then you get a beam of light, and the beam of light is actually, clearly more powerful and more earth changing and realization, and shine more light.
I would imagine that over the years of doing Bridge that you have seen an evolution of the power and the magnitude of the people that you can reach yourself.
You know, it's really unbelievable. And the hunger. You know, that, as I said at the open, that, you know, the old ways are just so old and silly and, you know, destructive and unempowering, uninspiring, and, you know, just time to move on.
And again, they brought us to where we are. So almost as we bless the negative emotions and the positive emotions at Course I Can with CosmiKids, we're really about blessing all the activities around us, whether they're seemingly negative or not, because they've brought us to the rich, fertile grounds that we're in now. And then we can focus on what we want.
The only thought that came to mind is the rich fertileness, you know, the manure of certain things, but no, I understand.
Yeah, and it's all about how you look at it, whether you look at it positive or negative, because what you think about and what you say is what you're manifesting.
Right, yeah, internally.
Yeah.
So, and the book is going to be laying out the principles behind, is it mostly about CosmiKids, or is it more general, or how would you describe what you're trying to manifest in the book?
It's really my story from childhood and how what happened to me as a child really informed me as an adult. And so that's really the driving force behind why I'm doing CosmiKids. So it's all about my younger years when I was starting Kids at Heart, which was my very first iteration of a health club for kids, and the first television show that I did. And to show people, I didn't wait until we've sold 300 or 400 franchises of CosmiKids, or we have a CosmiKids inspired animated TV show. What I've done was I wrote this book during the very times of uncertainty, when things looked bleak, but I kept following that light within me that really is the guidepost for not just me, but for everyone on a path today. And you'll see the book doesn't just end with the last page. We've now got an opportunity for the book to continue on forever through blogs, videocasts, and podcasts. So people who want to make a difference in the world of education for children can join me on meetings that we have with Toys R Us or perhaps Disney, and they can give their ideas. And those ideas that we use, we'll have a contest, and people can come on and learn about CosmiKids, earn money and prizes. It's kind of like, rather than voting for an American Idol, you can vote for new ways of educating our children. So it's really a collaborative effort that goes way beyond the last pages of the book. We really want to make it a living, breathing, exciting, entertaining activity.
Right. I mean, that's the beauty of this time with the internet, and there, you know, in the internet, there's no time and space. You know, as well as things of this plane can be infinite in a way it is infinite. And you know, it's a really beautiful time that almost instantaneously everyone in the world can be involved with CosmiKids.
Well, you see how things are manifesting so quickly for you and your path and what you're doing. So it's a great time, especially when we take the time to keep our own yard clean. And when we do that, it just resonates out in a ripple to affect everyone.
Yeah, if you're vibrating, you know, we talk about it being love in motion. If you're love in motion, then obviously it's, I mean, first of all, your life is going to be joyous and loving, and then you're going to be drawing that stuff to you. So in the CosmiKid part of the movie, I mean, is this an example of, in the movie, CosmiKids being a new paradigm, or a new way to bring children in, or not take children away from consciousness? How is it, you know, centered in the movie?
They've done a very interesting thing, Alan, with the foundation of the movie. They've taken Deepak's 7 principles, and through dramatic representation, as well as Deepak's discussion of the theory behind the principles. You know what it is? It really is, if you want to know how the secret works, watch this movie, because it gives you the underpinnings and the background quantum physics of how these principles come together and can manifest joy and abundance and health in your life. So they take, there's a dramatic aspect of the movie. There's a man and a woman who are going about their lives, and there's 5 people that are featured. Tom Gigax, who's a businessman in San Diego, and Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics. Tina Mickelson, who's Phil Mickelson, the golf pro's sister, who's a wonderful golfer, teaching pro. And there's a Hollywood director and CosmiKid, myself. So I'm representing the new paradigm of business, and that's my dharma in this movie, is CosmiKids. And Tina Mickelson's reason for being in the movie is that she's taking each day and gathering experience and purpose from that. And Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics talks about being in the flow and jamming and not worrying about the end result. So everyone's kind of got their own little niche in the movie, and mine, interestingly enough and joyfully enough, is about CosmiKids. So it's going to give us a wonderful platform to promote this new way of being with children. It's really a great opportunity.
That's fantastic. And the book can maybe be coming out around that same
Yes, it'll be
period.
published this fall. However, we'll have promotional copies and postcards to hand out during the publicity tour that I'll be doing with the Learning Annex and Fox as the spokesperson for the movie. So it's great.
That's fantastic. And earlier you mentioned keeping your own house clean, and not throwing the first stone and things like that. How do you manage to do that in your life? Are there techniques and tools, or how do you do that? How do you keep your house clean?
Well, that's an ongoing daily activity that to remain centered and authentic and looking deeply within at issues to be reckoned with and brought to the light, to be transmuted and transformed, humility and certainly gratitude. It's a daily process. So it's no more about going into that 20-minute meditation in the morning or the evening, or going to church, or reading a special book, or perhaps even a prayer or meditation group. It's really in the checkout line at the grocery store, and when we're pumping gas, and when we meet the eyes of that homeless person on the street who's just waking up under that cardboard blanket. Those are the moments where we do our personal work and we keep our yard clean, so that when we look in the mirror first thing in the morning or last thing at night, that we can honestly greet that divine individual in the mirror and see everyone on the street the same way. Even in our times of angst and frustration, I think those are the real times where we do our personal work.
We're a little more tested, So basically it's a moment-to-moment recognition.
Don't you?
I don't think there's any other way, because that's how we are in physical bodies, in essence. So, and I think it's tricky business. I mean, throughout history, it's been tricky business, being infinite and seemingly in separate physical vehicles. I mean, it's just a tricky experiment here, I think. So.
I think it's that integration. The buzzword for me today, yes.
Right, I know that's...
It's so great. It's so interesting that your beautiful platform has that name. I often think of CosmiKids as offering transformational tools to bridge the gap from traditional education to self-mastery.
And it's bridging heaven and earth, really. I mean,
it's integration. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's a very powerful name that you've given yourself.
I know. I mean, and really we clearly see is that really is what is this time. And that's why collaboration is so important, and all the new paradigms are so important to bring us, and to have people who are equally conversant in both worlds, is again, trickier than it looks like.
Because you've still got to do the accounting, you've still got to negotiate the deals.
Right.
And you
to
can
do that
it.
with integrity, and to do that with love and joy.
Yes, it's possible.
And that everybody can win and think they won. Okay, in 15 seconds, tell the world what you want them to hear.
It's all about what you just said, Alan. It's collaboration, it's kind-heartedness, it's doing our perfect personal work in the world, and it's being a beacon of light so that children can see that we adults can be in touch with our own inner child.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, so there it is. Now you got it. If you want any information, Judy, CosmiKids, the book, the movie, call me, Alan, 805-687-2053, 805-687-2053. We know we need to choose love. I mean, that's really the key. We need to choose love. Good night. God bless you. We love you. Come again. Good night.